Is there any kind of way that I can adequately talk about this amazing character we know as 11 in just 5.5 minutes for the sake of Nerdy 530? It's not going to be easy, but let's go ahead and give it a shot.
I dump your ass.
I don't know that there's been a more intriguing character to be introduced in a film or television series than 11 was in season 1 of Stranger Things. Omar from The Wire comes to mind, but that is the complete opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to fiction. So for now, between the two, let's just focus on 11 for the purpose of this Inside the Upside Down series. Clad in a hospital gown and sporting a buzz cut, we see this young kid sneaking into a mom and pop restaurant because she's starving. And the place is owned by Benny, and Benny's a very good guy. He catches her stealing, but he feeds her anyways. And as he tries to find out her name, he is shown a tattoo on her wrist, or he sees a tattoo on her wrist that reads 011. And 11, who's that? She points to herself. That's how we come to know her as 11. Now, you know, he thinks he's doing the right thing and he calls the authorities, but that ultimately ends up getting him killed and gets 11 back out on the run. She gets away into the night, and then in a rainstorm, she's happened upon by Mike, Dustin, and Lucas, who are out looking for their best friend Will, recently gone missing. Now, like Benny, Mike is kind to her right away. Call it a boy having a crush, call it whatever you want. Mike's a good dude, and she needs that. She needs some kind of kindness. But it concerns her also because the last person that was kind to her wound up dead. She knows she's in danger, thus the boys around her now are in danger also. So everything involving 11 and these boys in season 1 is absolutely tremendous. She's able to use her powers to kind of dial into where Will is in the Upside Down, showing the boys that he is in fact alive even after they find this fake body that the lab has planted in the quarry. The trick though is that while they're trying to get a location on Will, they have the cronies from Hawkins Lab after them relentlessly to try to get 11 back. And man, that scene is phenomenal because my daughters are dying to watch this, but I can't let them watch it. They're 9. They'll never sleep again. But I do show them the clips on YouTube that they can watch that I feel like they'll be okay with. And 11 flipping the van over their head while they're on the bikes and they're on the run. Phenomenal scene. Absolutely unreal. In defense of the boys who have this Demogorgon bearing down on them, 11 winds up vaporizing this beast in the season 1 finale. And in the process, she's absorbed into the Upside Down herself, which caused my son to burst into tears when he first saw it. Bummed me out as well, but my son had a big crush on 11, if we're just talking here, you and I. Not cool, Duffer Brothers. You broke my kid's heart. Season 2, though, 11 has a new father figure in Hopper, which I absolutely love. Ultimately goes on a side quest to find out about her mother and a little bit more about where she comes from. Not the biggest fan of that side quest because back home in Hawkins, Mike is sullen. Just sorrow, just dripping with sadness because he doesn't have his lady love by his side. We do get the big reunion right when the party needs it the most at the very tail end of season 2. And there's also a scene where the Upside Down, or whoever's pulling the strings in the Upside Down at the time, they see exactly what 11's capable of, and that makes them really dial in on her. That makes her the focus of season 3, because at the end of season 2, she is using her powers to seal the gate shut in Hawkins' laboratory, and this is a big gate. Season 3 sees girl power at its height as Max and 11 grow closer, and we get a hellacious battle at Starcourt Mall that leaves 11 badly wounded and even strips her powers away somehow. The worst part, though, is yet to come because there is an apparent death of Hopper at the very end of this show. And that last scene where she's reading that letter, if you didn't cry, you're lying to yourself. Because, trust me, I got misty over that. That was a very real scene, and what a bummer. The idea that he was gone. Season 4 teaches us just who is in charge of the Upside Down with the arrival of Vecna, and 11 deals with not only bullies, some of the bitchiest bullies I've ever seen in California, but return of Papa, who is back and he's promising to help 11 find her powers, and not only find her powers, but amplify them to something that she's never seen before. And then we find out, of course, that 11 is responsible for not only the creation of Vecna, but the Upside Down as well. And we get a great final battle between the two that actually nearly cost Max her life. I mean, 11 is one of the most amazing characters I've ever seen in a piece of fiction. And because of that, I also feel like she's one of the most likely to die in this final season of Stranger Things. Now, just think about what they're fighting. You know, hordes of demogorgons and demodogs and demobats and Vecna and God knows what else is going to pop out of those portals from the upside down. I mean, that's a lot for one super powered girl and a group of kids. I mean, now they're badass kids, but they're kids nonetheless. I mean, that's a lot for them to deal with. And she's been so prominent in their lives and found so much love and acceptance from them. I mean, she's got a father in Hopper. She's got a mother in Joyce. She's got a love interest in Mike. I mean, she's got a life for herself. And of course, they're going to rip our hearts out. I mean, of course they're going to. Now, I'm at a 9.75 on my meltdown meter. If they do this, they better not fucking do it.
If you touch her again, I will kill you again.
And it's all thanks to you.